Gave me the opportunity.
We've got some matches. Gotta hurry up now. They're gonna be pissed off.
They're gonna be pissed off like all the customers at American Food Chain Simulator. I don't remember what the game was called. It's been less than.
I think American Cooking Simulator.
But we have a match. We have Midboss versus Polari.
Oh my gosh! You gigantify the TM2, John. It's so good. Okay.
This is Polari versus Midboss. Two very, very experienced mystery players.
Yeah, both of them.
Midboss was here since the beginning. Polari has been here consistently since MT6. Midboss, Midboss hasn't joined as many since joining the first one, but is a very good gamer in his own right. Has 2 top 8 appearances. Polari has 1 top 8 appearances. This is going to be a very, very close match.
Yeah, also is match 212. That's pretty far. Wizards 4. This is probably the furthest match that we've seen yet in the tournament. Someone has already done the game in the dashboard.
Already getting spoilered.
So this is an interesting game we have coming up. Could almost consider it a Mega Man style game, so you might think, wow, Polari, he's got Mega Man on his thing. But it's also different in a lot of ways. So this is a tilt battle. So Midboss has not joined all that many mystery tournaments because Midboss has decently high standards for the games. Which, you know, you really can't if you want to join MT. I gotta be honest with you. Sometimes you're gonna get a game that just isn't your thing.
Yeah, sometimes you're gonna get like Immaculate Gold, and sometimes you're gonna get Poop Rocket.
It's true.
You never know.
Angriest MT match yet. Yeah, both these players, maybe not Polari quite as much, but I mean, both these players I think could get frustrated by a game for sure. We're gonna have.
I mean, Polari's does have a swear word in his profile pic.
It's true. It's true.
You can't say Airman. That's just so offensive.
This game, I would say, is... nobody actually knows what this is, so I'll start talking about it because... anything. This is some Steam demo that very few people have heard. But, you play as multiple characters. They all have different abilities. And it's kind of on you to decide which one you think is good for whatever situation. You can switch on the fly. So it's really like... there's a lot of player choice as far as how to get through these levels.
Quick before we head over, can we see what they played to get to this point?
Oh, of
Wizard
course,
4.
Of course we can. Let's do it.
So Polari has played JJM in Ushio Tutoro, a game that nobody liked.
Oh,
Played
I
it
liked it.
Well, you didn't see the match.
It's a tough game. It's a fun boss rush game on the SNES.
Beat Muir in Art of Balance. We already talked a little bit about Art of Balance. Great game for the Wii, balancing and fun. And then beat Blade Twin Swords in Great Whip Adventure. Another DSiWare game from the GG series. That's just a little platformer. Midboss on the other side, getting Prism Light, a mouse game about guiding your mouse through a darkened corridor, collecting spheres or prism lights. And then got a second mouse game in Ivy the Kiwi, classic MT game where you're just getting your little Kiwi guy through more corridors. And then beat Blip 663 and Pizza Pop, the pizza video game.
The only one. You've heard of Pizza Tower, but have you played Pizza Pop? Pizza Pop's kind of just like a fun NES platformer. Not too long. We played it with infinite lives, so we couldn't full game over, but it's also gets kind of tough near the end, and Midboss made it happen.
Yeah, but so far, both players 3-0, Wizards 4. Whoever wins this, I think only needs to win one more game to make it to top 8.
Exciting. This is late in the tournament, and these are two people who you would expect to see late in the tournament.
Yeah, this one's they're gonna be out for blood, out for that top 8 chance, and probably putting themselves in a very good chance to win.
Winner of this plays the winner of Callback and Someone. Interesting. Well, could be Callback, but we
Callback?
probably...
No, what? You can't discount Callback. Callback has been doing great.
It's true. That's true. We
we
have more data on Someone. We have more data on Someone.
Someone 325 is probably one of the most consistent players in the tournament, so will be a hard match for Callback there. But who cares about them right now? We're focusing on Polari and Midboss.
It's true. Well, Polari, unfortunately, is just kind of working on getting this game set up. It's not like in his controllers. He's got to figure out what's going on. He's swapping controllers. You can actually see him doing it because he has a cam out and he's pulling out cords out of drawers. Who knows what's going on?
It's like a Christmas light situation. You just gotta screw the right bulb in to make the controller work.
And this is definitely a controller-style game, unless you're like a true keyboard gamer. You've got, like I said, you've got your normal controls, but also the character switch buttons and stuff. I'm very averse to keyboard gaming, so I'm not the person to talk to, but I feel like once you get more than like 3 buttons, I don't know, pretty much impossible.
Unless it's like an FPS, then like... I used to swear by controller for FPS, and then like I have definitely dropped that since, playing more on my PC. It's like you cannot you can't get the same like fidelity on a controller as you can with a mouse when playing a first-person shooter. I'm still bad at them.
Yeah,
but I at least
I'm quite
feel
bad.
confident.
I think my desk is not a great height and like combination with the chair and stuff, so my wrist starts to hurt if I do FPS on them.
I mean, you do have that 50% win rate in Call of Duty, though.
That's true. I do. That was on controller too. That was thinking back to Xbox 360 days playing. I will play. I played Neon White on controller. I got all the medals, but I don't. They might have actually raised the time. I don't know. I played on console, so I wonder if they changed the times for.
But yeah. Again, we can talk about this match. Like Polari, has been joining the MTs since MT6. We can scroll back to there, 34 and 26. I mean, 57% doesn't sound great, but with the amount of tournaments Polari has with a top 8 appearance, it's hard to stay that consistent at almost a 60% win rate. And Midboss, 60% win rate as well, not joining as many tournaments. But again, just consistency. Which is one of the hardest qualities to have in Mystery Tournament, is to just have that consistency no matter what game you get. Can you perform? I'm assuming Muir has set up in the chat. We do have a prediction going. Who is going to win this one? I'll throw all your channel points. Do you think Midboss is going to win? Do you think Polari is going to win? I want to see all the channel points you have get put onto this. I'm gonna throw my own channel points onto this. I'm gonna throw as many as I can. There, I've upped the pool. I've upped the pool big time. You want to have a payout?
Whoa.
Put some points down. I want to see this go high.
Yeah, well, we still don't even know if this game is going to work. Polari's still just so good.
If not, then we have more time for betting.
It's true. It's true.
Will we use these channel points or anything? Eventually. We've been saying that for 5 years.
Yeah, no guarantees from me, but I mean, maybe someone will make it happen. I don't know.
I only advocate betting fake points. Don't bet real money. That's for fools. I should know. Anytime when I was in school and there was like a school casino, I'd immediately go to roulette. I would immediately bet all of the chips that I was given on red, and then immediately lose all of my chips when it landed on green 00. That has happened to me 3 times. Yes, the statistical likelihood of it landing on green 00 3 times is very unlikely. But
Sounds like maybe the wheel was a little unbalanced, honestly.
Probably. I think the game was rigged from the start. And then I didn't have to participate in the school casino because I had 0 chips. And yet I'd still walk away with a prize. Because I would beg for anybody's leftover chips at the prize table. And people would give me all of their leftover chips, which is how I won a traveling suitcase that I still own as one of the prizes.
As opposed to what other kind of suitcase?
A stationary one.
Got it.
Like a storage cube. I was the one who invented the "do you want to round up for charity" for a turret. I was the charity.
Polari is trying one last thing. It might be that this game just does not agree with Polari's PC.
I mean, what kind of game has a hard time, like, with controllers anyway?
Honestly, I'm surprised. It seemed like it wouldn't, but I couldn't tell you what engine it is. Polari may have found the solution, which is to launch the game without any pads plugged in, and then plug it in afterwards.
And it feels kind of odd that Steam is having an issue, because they have that whole, like, Steam controller thing that you could, like, literally sync up every controller possible to Steam.
True. But I do, because I use a PS5 controller. I use a program called DS4 Windows that kind of converts it to X input. And then I use something called HID hide, which makes it so the only program that can see it is that PS4 window. Steam just thinks that there's a single X input controller. So I don't have to mess with any of that, but you can get kind of...
I have been on a journey to find a controller that will replace my Wii U Pro controller. And I have yet to find a winner outside of just finding another Nintendo-made Wii U Pro controller. I know I'm not normal. That's where I live.
I like PlayStation layout because the D-pad is kind of front and center. Because I use the D-pad a lot. I play a lot of TV.
I just find that a lot of modern controllers just have terrible D-pads.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, I like the 8-bit goers most of the time. There's
I guess I need to buy specifically a SNES 8-bit too, because the more modern 8-bit 2 ones suck for the D-pad.
A lot of people have been putting micro switch D-pad. A little weird. I don't think I would be. Alright, we're moving on. I think, finally, to the game. And it is Basureroes Invasion. Beat the demo. Wizards 4. Leaving.
Now, I have no idea what this is. I'm assuming this is going to be, as you said, like it's going to be a possible Mega Man-like.
Yeah, although you don't have
I am. It's just very faint.
you don't get stuff as you go. You have everything from the beginning, so you can switch characters whenever you want. We're gonna need to see the play spin for this. Pull this up because it's gonna explain all the different characters, of which there are. Maybe.
Yeah, so we see like we got kind of a kind of like a cowboy man. We have the glide boy. We have garbage pail.
Yeah, so we've got
Garbage pail throws bombs.
green and yellow guy can kind of float. The red gunner can charge and can shoot and has long range. The banana man can throw his staff into walls and like jump off of it and into ceilings and to like climb off of it. But you don't really need that. The interesting thing about the banana man is he can also throw his staff in any direction. So I think he's the only one that has an upward ranged attack that can go far, which I found very useful. Then there's the garbage man, who can throw grenades, not quite as high upwards, but he can throw grenades. And you can also hide as the garbage man to like take no damage. But like, I don't know. The game moves pretty fast, it just doesn't come up all the
Oh, dang, Midboss got baited by an enemy but needed to go down.
Oh, they're keeping up. They're keeping up. Oh, saves. You don't need to save anyone. Ignore them. You can see that sliding is fast. Both these players are preferring this guy because he can do the float, which gives you more control over your jump, which is good. I think for bosses, you'll see them switching. And I think this guy is not very good in some later levels that are a little bit more confined. Midboss is switching to Banana Man, switching to Gunner.
Ignoring the hostage.
Ignoring the little cute dog.
Yeah, but has very, very limited HP right now. And the benefit for Polari taking that death is that Polari did get a full life refill.
And save the dog.
Because we're entering our first boss.
So this demo, I think, only has 3 levels, although this first level is way shorter than the other.
So Midboss is opting to just go for it here. Might be the right move. It has very limited HP at this point. Okay, we got helicopter mode. Midboss is doing some very good job dodging everything. Has not been... Oh, now there's the first hit.
They probably only take one other hit. Ooh, the slide.
Oh!
Oh!
The last hit, too.
Insane!
And I think Polari on the other side, already halfway through, switches to the gun. Midboss is opting to go with the fly guy.
It is a very fast attack.
And there's Polari with the clear.
Now it's going for the grenades, which is working out pretty well.
Yeah. Basically has got this guy down so
there
fast.
We go. So we're still pretty close.
It's just going to be... And I think you get a full HP refill at the start of the next stage, so... Polari having a bit of problems getting by this guy. Finally gets by. We got... I guess they're Yoku blocks. I don't even know what... The Gutsman
like
stage
timing.
things.
It'll fall when you stand on it for longer.
Oh, but like... Midboss already past Polari. Midboss is schmoving through these stages.
Yeah, Polari hit these switches, not seeing that the switch opened a big hostage, which...
Looks like we got kind of mines in these waters.
Especially in this level, it starts to be where these screens aren't necessarily free. You really have to manage your damage that you're taking. These platforms that shoot out from these things are interesting because... Oh, and we're back to the very beginning. Yep, hadn't reached the checkpoint left. If Polari can get to the checkpoint, was going to be huge.
I don't know if Polari's going to make it. Has one hit left, it looks like. And it doesn't look like you can destroy these... I don't know what they're shooting. Logs?
No, so you can stand on those as platforms.
Oh.
But they also hurt you if they hit you forward, right? So, like... Even if you just walk a little too far while you're standing on it, you take a hit, which is not good.
Stage reset for Polari. Midboss now has more HP.
Barely dodging this rat. Oop, If you the hit from the bubbles is probably less than the hit from the bomb, so using those iframes. Oh, okay.
But Midboss now has the knowledge you can stand on those things. And stands on it is going to be through this room.
And there's the checkpoint. I assume that he got it. I don't know if you have to actually touch it.
Regardless, that is going to be a nice lead for Midboss right now. Polari still making his way back to that room.
Look at this.
Oh, got baited out by double rockets.
No, Midboss did not get the checkpoint. Needs to touch it. Hopefully we'll see that moving forward.
Okay, so that puts the ball back in Polari's court. Is Polari going to know you can jump on these logs? There it goes. Accidentally falls on it. I think is going to get through this room now. Doesn't even need the logs.
And are they going to get the... Yes, very carefully gets the checkpoint.
Polari is going for an intentional death here to reset his HP.
Good move. I think Midboss won't, just based on the way that they've been playing.
But I think Midboss is going to get the checkpoint this time.
Yeah, hopefully sees that that's a mechanic. Using good Use of the float. Yep, now gets the checkpoint. Now is moving on. Polari is just barely a screen ahead here. This guy is kind of a rough guy to play this section with, in my opinion. Having a longer range attack is more useful. I would like Trash Man or maybe even Banana Man for this. We haven't seen a lot of Banana Man play.
Midboss is showing no fear.
Taking the reds, floating over. These spiders shoot bullets at you. Move on, get him. Oh, okay, down the ladder. Making it to the checkpoint. Polari on this this guy. He's pretty much just a an auto scroller. I don't think you can do anything to speed this up.
Yeah, but Midboss taking the intentional is going to basically be the same part as Polari, because Polari took a death. Yeah, because there's no HP on this guy, so there's no need to, like, actually fight him, it looks like.
Yeah, and I tried. You can't. I think maybe... Is he the boss later in the level? I honestly don't know. He might be. Oh, okay.
Oh, but gets the bounce.
Actually,
on the upper
I think
platform.
did a wall jump off the edge of the log, which is really impressive. The knockback is really killer in this game, especially in the next stage.
Yeah, Polari was taking his time, kind of trying to figure out, is Banana Man the actual strat here? So hadn't gone into this boss section yet. So that's some time that's going to be lost. Alligator is down.
There we go. Midboss moving on.
Midboss
Has not reached the checkpoint yet, but has full health.
Yeah, Midboss is through, so that is a full...
Trying to do ladder jumps, unfortunately, not possible, as far as I know. Like where you jump off the ladder and fall down it, a la Mega Man. I also tried and wasn't able to get it to work. Ooh, the float over. Oh, but the iframes did not save from the spikes. The instant kill spikes. I think maybe they just ran out. I think the iframes do save you from the spikes in general, but hard to say. Polari needs to be dodging these.
Yeah, those missiles are really hard to dodge. Like, they are very homing on you. But I think it's going to be at this section where it's going to probably be free now. Midboss through another screen.
Yeah, that's a really dangerous screen. Really making it through that one quickly. He says, "Can Trash Man save me?" Midboss says, "No." Little busy.
Polari is through, but Midboss now has a sizable lead, just in comparison. Midboss is not opting to get the checkpoint.
What, did he walk past the checkpoint?
He literally, like, bounced. There was, like, an enemy on top and did not want to take the time to...
Oh, no. Well, I think we're nearing the end of this stage. There's definitely one before the boss. Gotta slide under these, I think.
Mouse is no threat.
This
That's
looks
a
like
boss
a boss door.
Who
Looks
needs
like
the checkpoint?
Gambit paid off. Switching to Grenade Man. Fair enough.
That was the DPS check of the last boss. Now we're fighting the alligator for real.
Yeah, I think Grenade would be good. I liked Banana Man for this because you can literally just stand under him and constantly attack upwards. And most of the time that you're underneath this guy, you're safe. We'll see if Midboss does some experimentation.
I don't think he will. I think he has, like, this is the DPS man. Garbage Man is DPS. Goes for the garbage shield.
Yeah, which is limited. You can see a little thing tick node.
Yeah, chat pointing out that, like, the bosses don't really do that much damage to you. It's not like Mega Man.
It is true. I think these bombs do a little bit more than typical boss attacks, contact damage.
Yeah, but you get, like, enough iframes between getting hit that you can just, like, drop 4 more grenades into the boss. And that's
Midboss
going to be
moving on
clear.
to stage 3, which I know, but the players do not know, is... Well, I guess has to finish the stage first. Stage 3 is the final stage.
Yeah, so as soon as Midboss exits, Polari is going to be entering the boss now. We'll see if Polari has a different strategy for fighting. He's opted to go for gun. Ooh, is switching to banana.
The interesting thing about banana is that the instant throw is actually a different button than the standard swing attack, and he's the only one that has a secondary attack button. So unless you really read the pastebin carefully, you might not even know that that exists.
Yeah, Polari having a little bit more of an uglier fight here is probably going to win the damage race right now.
Yeah, pretty decent DPS with the shooter here. You can attack from very far away, that's nice.
I wonder if Polari is just going to the shooter because he is the most Mega Man-like of the characters.
True. There we go. That is a kill from Polari. Midboss floating through this stage. It's very easy to get knocked into the lava in this stage.
Right. Easy checkpoint for Midboss. Cannot avoid that one. Even though he may have tried. Through another screen. Looks like we have to fight these guys. Ooh, but lands in the lava, so that's going to be back to the checkpoint for Midboss.
Pretty far.
And again, both of our players opting to go for the floater. Seems to be the preferred option for the platforming sections, mostly because of the glide.
Yeah, and he does like gain a little bit of height when you click the glide button.
Midboss almost getting knocked into the lava again from these fire bats.
Ooh.
And does get hit by that one.
Is that a lead change?
I don't think it's a lead change yet. I'm not sure. Because I don't think I've seen Polari fight the room. No, yeah, Polari has not fought the room. This room.
Yeah.
But Polari is gaining time. Like, it is the next room, I think, that is the checkpoint.
So this level was the spot in this game where I actually started playing it somewhat purposefully. Like, thinking about where the enemies were going to be, how to kill them, how to not get hit. Because it just demands a bit much of you when you just kind of run through and do nothing for my skill level.
Well, the knockback is the crazy part. Like, since there's just an instant death, like, plane underneath you, it makes it so you have to be purposeful in your movement. Is there going to be a checkpoint? So Polari gets the checkpoint. So there's another checkpoint for Midboss. So Midboss is effectively one checkpoint ahead of Polari at this point.
The Midboss is like, is this gonna kill me? Oh no, that was like a little cutscene to say, hey, the lava's rising, buddy.
Very oddly placed, though. It did look like Polari was waiting for this lava background element to, like, dissipate. You know, because that is like a Mega Man mechanic. Like, you know, wait for the lava to go and then jump through. But so far, this, like, rising lava section doesn't seem to be too much of a threat.
No, the big thing is that the knockback takes away your control for so long that you can kind of get frozen in place and I don't think I died to it. Midboss taking a death, not the worst place to do it, had just gotten a check.
Yeah, very smart, intentional there. Polari on the other side, looks like took a death, but did get the checkpoint. But this section did take Midboss quite a bit of time to get through.
Yeah, you can be really careful with your iframes here and kind of mitigate issues.
Okay, so now I'm seeing, like, so there's some fun design here. The banana peel is to, like, clue you in that you should switch to the banana guy here to get to this extra section.
Yes.
So that's very clever, little fun design.
Yeah, I think that this full game, I don't know if it's out yet, this is just the demo, I would be interested in playing it. Actually trying to, like, get the stuff, I think.
Oh, another
checkpoint? Oh, okay.
Midboss is intentionally getting that checkpoint. I think...
This guy is a killer. Oh, Midboss with the platform jump. Oh, but died anyway. I died to this little man on this platform, like, so many times. Because his timing is such that as soon as you get to him, you get the knockback and you just end up in the drink. But it's not any drink that I would want to drink, let me tell you. Because it would burn.
Polari is opting to play it more methodically, like you said.
Yeah, it doesn't actually take time to switch other than the amount of animation that it has to do, I guess. But you have to think about it, and you kind of... The normal way to do it would be to press LR, and it's got to scroll through everybody. So it's not necessarily going to...
Yeah. And there's also 5 guys, so you need to, like, make sure you're shifting the right amount.
Yeah.
Midboss on another auto-scrolling climb section. Does not seem to scroll fast enough to, like, actually be dangerous.
Midboss not getting baited by this extra door. Who knows what's in there. Get the checkpoint. Uh-oh.
Interesting that the checkpoint is before the boss door.
This is really weird. There's another checkpoint right after the boss. Heard a dog barking? It wasn't mine. I think that was in game. That means that there's a dog who you need to rescue. Midboss moving on to the boss. This is just a guy.
He's just a guy who shoots fire, and like
destroying him with.
If he's not gonna move, why do anything different?
He does
almost
move,
all the
like...
HP. That's gonna be a clear for Midboss. First try.
Crazy fast, actually. That's wild.
Unless like that's not the full fight. Like there's.
The demo ends
here. That's it.
Not done.
Midboss absolutely destroying the final guy of the goal.
Yeah, that was insane. That's a long fight. Legitimately not... Like, I did a lot of stuff there. But... Got the grenade man right out.
Like, really clued into that was the DPS guy for every boss. Like, you don't need to think if you just throw grenades. And the guy didn't even move.
Pika Pals also with a really good time, 21:51.
I mean, it makes sense. Pika Pals is a very strong competitor. Like, these are top 8 caliber players in this match. Yeah, and I'm assuming Polari is going to finish up within the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Probably, but we're further back than you might think. I mean, it's I'm curious to see how this fight will go.
Yeah, Midboss scrolling through the level select, maybe looking for more levels, just like
unfortunately,
maybe want to play more.
Yeah, and I would definitely have been down to include more levels if they existed. But
Polari gets bodied by your favorite guy. Opting to switch to gun. I bet they all have like canonical hero names.
probably, I mean, I don't know what Basu. I assume this is like a Spanish word. Maybe it's not. Basureroes. Maybe it's like heroes.
Well, basura means trash, so maybe they're like playing off of the fact that these are trash heroes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and there's
That
more
they can
characters than we have in the picture. We only have 4 of these 7 people in the picture. We don't have Ninja Girl, Robot, Pink Robot, or whoever's on the far right there.
Or just lady.
Yeah, lady with blue armbands.
Yeah, but this game does look really fun. I'd love to see like a full game of this. Like, I know it just got released, so
Yeah, I think this could be a fun weekly. I don't know what they're selling this. Polari's like, what's in there? Oh, never mind. didn't cost any time since it's an auto scroller, so that's fine. Oh, do not die here. Please, okay. And then here, this is the one with the pit. Okay, no, here we are. Okay, so not too far from the.
Okay, so
I don't think we have any pull-up. So I'll put.
So it's $12, but it is being sold for 20% off right now.
Hmm?
So you can get it for $9.59 for US dollars.
Midboss wanted to save the dog. I know, you can hear it. It's suffered. You can hear it. It's unfortunate. Looking at Gunner, this is not the same DPS that Trash Man gets.
Yeah, switching to Trash Man, but like already gone through the phase that Midboss just really keened in on.
Yeah, I think he was just like right at the right distance to keep him. Oh, look at this. Here's the Trash Man.
I mean,
Just
this
a
also
straight
works
damage
too.
race.
Like, yeah, easy fight, easy
Yep.
life. That's gonna be a
Easy-
clear for Polari.
Easy life. Yes, this game has local co-op as well. Play as the multiple characters.
That will be a finish from Polari. Very close race. Just Midboss really cluing in on how to kill these bosses.
Yeah, neither player used the Banana Man strat. I think are slow in terms of how. Nice because you have control over any direction that you shoot, but I think is just not great.
We are joined by Polari. GG's, Polari.
The winner isn't here.
Midboss is not. I don't know if Midboss will be joining us.
I haven't asked.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Midboss. Oh, he's coming.
GG on your. Both of you went for Grenade Man on the final.
Yeah, well, he went up early, so you couldn't reach him with the directly horizontally shooting things, so switched there and then stayed on it. kind of the obvious choice there.
We are joined by Midboss. GG's.
Hello. GG's. That game was fun.
Yeah, it was solid.
Yeah,
I'm always down with classic Mega Clones.
yeah. Tell me more about like kind of more specifics, Midboss, of what made it feel good, what made it feel kind of off from like your typical Mega Man clone.
I was having trouble jumping out of slides good, which was a bit annoying. I think that got me killed a few times.
I had some issues with that early on, but then kind of not later. I'm not sure. It was
Yeah.
slightly weird, but not like really bad.
Mm-hmm. I think otherwise it felt pretty good though. Slide was fast. I liked the green guy. Green guy was great.
Yeah, both of you opted to go with the green guy for most of the platforming levels. I mean, for obvious reasons, like it can float and do those things. Did you consider like maybe switching to another character if like there were more enemies or things like that?
I feel like I liked his attack more. Red guy didn't do enough damage with the buster shots. And then
I fixed the red guy a bunch, but it was just the float was nice when you try to go fast in unknown areas, so you get some movement abilities, and the others just didn't as much. I didn't feel like trying to figure out the banana guy, which felt like
I didn't even dare try using him. I was like, nah.
Yeah, Polari, I saw you use the shooty guy a lot. Was that just more like this plays the most familiar to Mega Man, which is why I opted for the shooter guy?
Well, it was the only one with range. Like anytime I wanted to range, I chose him. Like that was kind of it. Then anytime I wanted to do movement, I went to the floaty guy, and then the other two were kind of just there. Like the banana guy, as I said, he felt like he had potential, but I didn't want to deal with trying to figure it out. And then the grenade guy was like you get to do lob shots, and it just wasn't super useful for most of it. So
I feel like if they'd shot a little bit further, you could have used it in like the levels, but just couldn't hit enemies with him.
Unless they were bosses that just decided not to move.
Oh yeah, I cooked that second guy, or third guy. He just stood there and I just put bombs in his face.
The banana man is weird. He can, so you can like put your staff into walls and bounce off it, and also into ceilings and climb up it. But the levels aren't laid out in such a way where like you need to do that, so it's not very like useful. The one thing that I liked about Banana Man is that you can fire in any of the 8 directions with your staff immediately, so it's nice if a boss is out of the way, but I don't think he does nearly as much damage as... Yeah, both of you on that third boss just kind of damage-based and, like, no issues. Just like, I'm just gonna hit you with a grenade.
all of the bosses were like borderline, whether you want to just bomb rush them or play them for real.
Mm-hmm.
And the first two, I felt I was a little short of being able to just do it, but in the last guy, I had dealt him like a third of the life bar before he got to the situation in the cycle where I was sitting next to him. So then I started mashing, and so I was like, okay, well, this is gonna work.
Yeah. I started playing a little safer on bosses because that very first boss, I was like, oh, I got 1,000,000 health, so I just started jumping into him and throwing bombs and stuff, and then I like died with him at like a sliver of health. I was like, okay.
Well,
maybe
Midboss, you had
attention.
you had 2 little pips of HP when you started that fight.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did?
We were watching you.
You went in really low. You could have taken the death and you would have been totally fine, but you went in with barely any health. So
I was playing so greedy that entire time. I was damage boosting and I was flying over stuff. I was like not dodging
They
anything.
do give you a lot of health. Apparently this is hard mode. I don't know if there's anything on top of hard mode. I don't know.
It said there was one higher.
Okay.
Yeah, hard mode. 4 out of
Maybe the
5.
properly balanced version, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Midboss said before the race that I was gonna cook him in a Mega Man, but nah. Like, I mean, I've speedrun this kind of game, and if it was a pure Twitch platformer, then I would be one of the top players here in a Blind Race 2. Like, I'm not afraid to call that, but Mega Man games, I mean, I would do well beating it casual at my own pace, but it's blind racing them. There's so much like uncertainty. You have to play a ton of them, and you have played like 1 billion of those.
Yeah.
You're
Played a lot of classic Mega clones.
There's
You're
so
one of
many
the-
different like little variations of Mega Man that could be or could not be included in this specific Mega Man clone that it is kind of hard to adjust to every one of those.
Yeah, it was a little
potential
bit of
scenarios.
everything too. Like the wall jumping and like the green guy kind of felt more like one of the Z games. He's got like a melee weapon.
It's not so much even about the specifics of the game. It's just that you have all of these tiny judgment calls you have to make all the time. Like do you rush and ignore damage, or do you try to actually fight the enemies?
Yeah.
The part that kept tripping me up in this was all the classic, like you do a blind jump over a long pit and then an enemy appears and knocks you down and insta-kills you. And,
Oh, I did
Yeah.
that so many times. I think I saved myself by wall jumping below the enemy after getting damage boost like 10 times, and then I
There
died
was-
another 5.
There was specifically on the second boss where he hit you with, or not the second boss, but like that kind of auto scroller section. He hit you with a rocket. You fell into the water, and then you were able to wall jump off the log to save yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, and I never figured out how stupid damage knockback works. Like, there were a few times that I was like, oh my, yeah, I'm gonna take an intentional damage here, and then it just knocks me forward into
Yeah,
the pit.
I also couldn't figure it out. I think it was just a bad hitbox thing, and maybe it's like which side of the hitbox it connects.
Yeah, so it's kind of couldn't do any kind of control damage boosts, which got a lot of semi-random deaths there.
There's this one robot near the end of level 3. It was like, oh yeah, this guy is gonna knock him in lava because he locked me in the lava like. And then it did happen for both of you. You just walk right in front of him and he just knocks you in the lava because you're just stuck for so long when you get hit. But also like, I don't know. I feel like I didn't even notice until level 3 how bad the knockback was because you got the lava.
Crazy. I feel like that game had a few just like funny insta death traps. There was at the like right after a checkpoint level 3, I just like slid to the next screen and fell directly into a pit.
Yeah.
I don't remember those specifically, but there were a lot of those where you had a death pit and some scrolling platforms or whatever, and a ton of enemies that appeared out of nowhere to knock you down. So you should have been playing super carefully if you wanted to actually avoid dying. Which I guess I should have slowed down there more, but that's the kind of thing that's hard to call on the fly.
Yeah, I felt like I was dying a lot. I was not playing safe, but I don't know if it was worth it or not.
I don't think either of you got bit by it, but there is some jank. Those little platforms that like shoot out of the things you have to jump on. If you walk forward a little bit too far when you're on them, you get hit by it and it disappears. And then, it's like a hole. So I think both of you didn't fall for it. I
did it once.
Okay.
Also, the first time I encountered those, I didn't even realize that they were platforms. Like, I don't think I
believe.
I didn't either. I got stuck
both of
there
you need
for
to
a
be
bit.
hit onto them to realize that they were platforms.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, GG to both of you. Both still in it.
Congratulations, Midboss. You are one win away from joining top 8.
The winner of Someone 325 and Callback, both very strong.
And Polari, you're not out of it yet. Just have to win a few more matches to potentially get to top 8.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was for top 8 or 1 round away, and I deliberately didn't check beforehand.
Yeah, this is one. You, Polari, or I think you're probably. Yeah, you're isolated for a while. You're gonna be hanging out in the bracket until people come up to catch up with you.
Yeah, I'm 2 rounds ahead and need to win 4 more apparently. Oh my god, Lizard's bracket is so long. Excuse me, Lizard's bracket.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, GG to both of you. I think this is the last match of the day, but enjoy the rest of the tournament.
Thank you. GG's.
See what we've got.
Well, there is one more match today, but it is quite far in the future, and we do not have enough vodcasts to potentially cover that gap. And I don't think chat wants us to go through the Steam queue for 6 hours.
No, I don't think so. I don't even think we have any vodkas. Maybe we have 1 or 2.
And we have 2. So later today, we have another high-profile match, Wizards 3, Okami of Games versus Arc Bliss. So that will be another close match. And I guess we see Exuno saying in chat, I'm going to be playing Bright Shadow once he gets up. So we might have just a unannounced Exuno versus Bright Shadow match today. Otherwise, the other matches
Bright Shadow is in my time zone. It's 11 a.m. He should be up. That's my call.
Hot take. On my hot take, you should be awake during normal hours. Anyone who works 3rd shift isn't a real person.
It's true. I don't know what kind of work he has.
And you can quote me on that.
So this morning at like 6 a.m. PST. Yeah, I wasn't even up at 6 a.m. I might be the most normal sleep schedule person. Yeah, okay, so looking good. We'll have another match in 6 hours, maybe one even sooner. Maybe we'll restream, maybe we won't. You never know. That's also the mystery of Mystery Funhouse. But thank you so much, Shrambles, for joining me.
Yes, thank you for Internet Dirigible, and thank you for chat.
Oh, you know what? Let's raid if we can. Let's think about it. Who's someone that we can raid?
I don't know if Game Done Quick has done their game yet.
Yes, can we raid Game Done Quick? Can we raid Brosenja? It is a Saturday, right?
There is not going to be matches until a little bit later today.
Okay. Somebody give me someone to raid. We can raid. I know we can raid Tapioca, who's doing but didn't join MT this year. He's doing a Yakuza 5 100%.
Well, I mean, Tapioca's still friend of the stream. I think we could raid Tapioca.
True. Yeah, see if people want to see the very in the middle of a Yakuza 5 100% run.
I mean, might be good boost. I don't know how long the 100% seems like it's a long attempt. 3-day
40. It's 40 hours. He's only doing 5 hours a day. But it is the
energy boost that is needed.
Absolutely.
Might be.
The raid has been created. All right, everybody say Victory Road when you go into the stream. The Yakuza 5 thing. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.